Hello, my lovable friends. I hope you are doing great. In today's class, we're going to continue our discussion with regards to different types of essays. So, as you might be aware, there are different kinds of essay types that we are just going into one by one. In the previous section, video, we talked about one of them. Actually, the name is double question or two questions. In today's class, we're going to continue our discussion with regards to that very specific type of essay so that you will be fully aware of this type and you will be completely prepared for writing one yourself. But before getting into that, I would like to ask you for smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so, because that way I will be really happy and motivated to spend time and energy producing more stuff like this for you. Thank you in advance. So let's get started. Let's see what kind of question we are dealing with. Today, more people are traveling than ever before. Why is this case? What are the benefits of traveling for the traveler? So the model answer would be like this. As you can see, we've got two questions, so we need to answer and address both items in order to be okay with task achievement. It is true that in many countries, the number of people traveling has increased over recent years. So this is actually the paraphrase of our question. There are reasons which can be identified to account for this trend, and travelers undoubtedly benefit from the chance to travel more frequently and to visit even the most far-flung destinations. So as you can see, we have given a very nice sentence including both parts. The first question and the second question. And you can use the structure in different kind of circumstances as well to your benefit. So you can say there are different reasons which can be identified to account for this trend. So this trend can refer to almost anything. So let's get into the first body paragraph and see what exactly we are given here. At least two important factors help to explain why an increasing number of people are now able to enjoy domestic and international travel. Firstly, growing prosperity and the rise in living standards in many countries have enabled people to enjoy things which they could never have before. With greater disposable income, family luxuries such as holidays have now become affordable. Secondly, competition among tour operators has reduced the cost of traveling. Only a few decades ago, for example, budget airlines did not exist, but now they are used by millions of passengers each year. So as you can see, we are referring to two, reasons for which people can go on holidays much more easily compared with the past. Let's move on and talk about the next body paragraph as well. In my view, in the case of both domestic and international travel, there are clear advantages for travelers. People now have a wide choice of places to go and things to see and do. They are now able to experience other parts of their own countries or to enjoy the richness of unfamiliar and sometimes exotic destinations. Thailand, for instance, is immensely popular with tourists from all over the world, including Vietnam. Visitors enjoy not only the unique cuisine, but also the rich historical heritage of Thai temples and traditions. Another advantage for many people now the travel is less costly is the chance to be reunited with family members who have moved abroad because of work, study, or simply in search of a better life. Family ties can be maintained and strengthened thanks to the greater opportunities to travel. So as you can see here, we are referring to the second question, which is exactly this one. What are the benefits of traveling for the traveler. So as you can see, we are referring to different kinds of positives or benefits that this trend can bring to us. So you can see very beautiful structures like in my view. So meaning that I'm referring to my own opinion. You can say have a wide choice of. So it means that people have a wide variety of options to opt out. And the next item is for instance. So you can use for instance, like for example. And of course we've got not only but also here. And another advantage is another way of referring to the item here, advantage that you are referring to. And here we go with who. So as a relative clause, you can see that we are referring to people. So family members who have moved. And finally, we have the phrase thanks to. So you can use it while talking about the item has brought you benefits or it's a positive one. So let's move on and talk about the next part, which is our conclusion, which seems to be quite short. In conclusion, there are clear reasons why more people are traveling. So here we are talking about the first question, and there we go with the second question. There are obvious advantages for travelers. So the second question has been discovered and explored here as well. So of course you can go for keywords as well, but it is not a must. Whatever you feel like just doing and writing. So as you can see here, we have referred to the items in the questions very shortly and briefly. So let's see what the examiner can tell us about this essay that we read together. But before getting into the examiner's comments, I would like to tell you about the different parameters based on which your essay is going to be scored as well. So there are 4 factors that will determine your score. The first one is task response, the second one is coherence and cohesion, the third item is lexical resource, and the last one is grammar. So let's see what exactly they mean. The task response. This is an excellent essay with a lot of strong points. It is a very interesting one, in fact. In paragraph 2, you suggested 2 very relevant reasons for this trend. So remember, 2 very specific reasons that the author wanted to discuss and pinpoint. You explained both of them fully and you supported your second point with an example. That is very important. You should elaborate on the topic that you are talking about. Just, listing items will bring no benefits and advantage to you. Instead, you should explain them fully. And as you can see here, the examiner says, you explained both of them fully and you supported your second point with an example. That is important to provide examples as evidence. In paragraph 3, you focus exclusively on positive impacts. Great, as the second question addressed that. You argued both points convincingly and at length, again giving real-life examples to support your ideas. That is very important, to give examples which are tangible, which are understandable. My score for task response is 9. Wow, I cannot believe my eyes. So that's very nice. As far as I didn't write this book, I cannot claim that it's true or not, but of course, the writer has done a great job. I can tell you that. The next item that will be observed by your examiner is coherence and cohesion. The topic sentences were ideal. You identified your arguments perfectly in paragraph 2 and paragraph 3. 2 questions, 2 body paragraphs. As your sentences were also linked very smoothly, and for coherence and cohesion, my score is 9. So that is generous. Yeah, 9. But in fact, I agree with the person. I mean that the author has done a great job linking ideas and concepts and paragraphs. We had a very smooth and great reading of the text, and that is what a perfect score should be like. The next item is about lexical resource. I think that one of the strong points in this essay is your awareness of words which combine together well. Collocations, far-flung destinations, have a wide choice of places to go. to be immensely popular with. So collocations are very important, and that will bring you a lot of positive points as well. And the last item that should be discussed here is grammatical range and accuracy. You use a range of structures, both simple and complex. As with lexis, this area of your writing is strong. So in order to, be a little bit vague with the score, as you can see, we do not have the score for these last two items. So given the fact that these two items were good enough, we can claim that a score of 7 would be okay, plus those 9s, so it would be an 8 for the whole writing. But before saying goodbye to you, I would like to tell you about grammar, range, and accuracy. Because as you see, we need to have simple and complex structures together. Because sometimes students make mistakes and they believe that all the structures that they are implementing in their writing should be complex, but it is not natural. No one writes or talks like that. So we have a combination of simple and complex structures, which is actually the true and the natural and the real language that has been used. So thank you for your cooperation and participation. I hope that this class was useful for you. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with your beloved friends and family members if you think it is useful for them. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.